father is not the best for my sanity. I still do not hear much from my father and ex-wife, but I do not want to either, unless it is them getting some karma. If someone says they went on vacation to Hawaii, and a shark ripped off what's below them, and then spat it out in front of my ex-wife, because it tasted horrible, I want to hear that. Well, maybe not all the details, of course, but if someone comes over and says they found them holding hands, I could not care less. To be clear, stuff about sharks, crocodiles, birds that have mistaken an earthworm, or bears with sharp claws, yes. Romantic stuff, nothing. My mother has said that she has been thinking about this, and she says that if my ex-wife had an affair with my father when they were married, it must have been over 10 years ago, which I also thought, but discarded because my ex-wife would have been 15 years old back then. I still do not know where she met my father before he met me, but that is about to change. I have plans to find out. At this point, I am being petty, because if she was a minor, well, maybe there is something legal to do. What I do know is that there is not much wiggle room for them. I met my ex when she was 20, so we are entering murky territory if he knew her much earlier. You know, people say much earlier, but really they mean a few months, and others say much earlier, and they mean 5 years. Update 6. I can now say what happened between my father and my ex-wife, at least in general terms. They met on a dating app when she was 18. There's a lot I do not know here, because even what they've said is open to an age filter. However, my father must have set the filter to 18, and my ex-wife to my father's age, to meet each other. It seems disturbing, to me at least. Anyway, there was no illegality in the ages. Now, that love affair lasted about a year, until I met my wife through a mutual friend who has given me this information now. I have also been told that they reconnected a few months before they told me. The excuse my ex-wife forced, so as to not do so for years, but their feelings were stronger. It occurred to no one to tell me about their relationship when we started ours. I have not been able to get my father's version, but I do not think he would say much, nor do I want to talk to him to get it. This one is enough for me. Update 7. Now I do not know what is true and what is a lie. That's why I waited to do this update, to have all the possible data. Even so, I still have doubts. I think my friend, the one we had in common, told me the truth, but I do not think my ex told him the truth. This is what happened with my father. My father started a relationship with another woman, 21, but he also forgot to tell my ex, with whom he still had his love, butterflies and fairies relationship. He is also in love with the 21-year-old. My ex found out, and when she did, she reported him, because their relationship had started when she was 17. I do not really know how they met, but that's not the point, but that my father was doing something illegal, because the age of sexual consent in the state is 18. My father was going to have a lot of legal problems. In this state, there are penalties of up to 20 years. But my ex regretted it at the last moment and said she was lying. Although by then she had already ruined my father's reputation, if he had any left. She caused his new girlfriend to leave him, got him fired from his job, and even my uncle, the same idiot who defended him, did not speak to him. Plus, my ex also got a fine and community service for the false accusation. So, I do not know what the truth is. Was it out of spite, and because they cheated on her, that my ex-wife lied? My ex-wife has ended up quite badly after the divorce. Because she got nothing from me, she wanted to end the marriage peacefully, so that I would leave her something, and she has not been well mentally after the divorce. Or was it true, but she did not want her beloved to suffer, and regretted it? But my father did not regret breaking up with her after she ruined his life. There will be no reconnection in a few years. I always said I wanted to hear things about my father and my ex that were related to sharks and other dangerous animals. But lawyers are not considered sharks, so I think this counts. And as a colorful detail, if I do not post again, my uncle has been trying to hook up with my ex. Now many things make sense. He also wanted to live with my father and date women younger than him, if possible, within the family, for more pleasure. I cannot say I got mad. I have cut off my uncle since this all started, and if my ex likes being passed between brothers, that's her problem. I know she has rejected him, but with my ex, you never know. It would be nice if it happened, and then she filed a complaint against him like she did with my father. Tell me what you think of all this. What are your theories? Every time I think about it, I have a new one, but I also try to avoid thinking about it. My my brother cheated with my wife, and I caught them in bed together when I came home early. They showed no remorse and made me lose custody of my kids. I am a lab technician. Nothing very glamorous, but it was a steady job, decent pay, and I did it well. That day, I was supposed to leave at 6 in the morning, but a co-worker offered to cover me for the last 2 hours. It was not common, but she told me that I always helped her with the shifts, and that she did not mind. It seemed like a nice gesture, so I went home earlier. We live on the outskirts of Columbus, Ohio. Quiet neighborhood, identical houses. Everything sounds more boring than it is, but it was my place. I had my wife, my 2 teenage children, and my younger brother. That is the important detail. My brother had been living with us for a year after losing his job. At first, it was not a problem. He is my brother, right? But, over time, I noticed that he spent too much time at home without doing much. He said he was applying, but I did not see any effort. I did not say anything. I thought, he will get up. He will grab something. When I arrived that morning, something felt strange. There was silence in the house. It was strange because my brother was always awake watching series or playing online. I went straight up to the bedroom with the intention of surprising my wife with breakfast, but it was something else that surprised me. The door to our room was ajar. At first, I did not hear anything, but when I pushed it, I do not know how to describe it. I did not scream. I did not say anything. I froze. My wife was in bed with someone else. Not with someone, with my brother. My damn brother.